Welcome everyone. This is another edition of the Complete Sports Preview and Review Show, and I am Success Irisama, and my co-host is
Habib Kuranga.
Here are the rundown of the talking points of this week. Liverpool edged past Tottenham Hotspur despite surrounding a 3-goal lead. Alex Iwobi helped Everton secure a point at the King Power Stadium. The Golden Eaglets of Nigeria are flying high in the Under-17 AFCON in Algeria. Can Chelsea offset the odds and defeat Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium? So, Mr. Habib, just throw more lights on these points. So, like the football match on Sunday with Liverpool and Tottenham.
Oh, Tottenham Hotspur and
Yes.
Liverpool. Yeah, to be honest with you, St. James's Park, the same way and manner in which they actually approached the game, the same way they actually approached the game against Liverpool at Anfield. Conceding 5 goals in the first 21 minutes is actually no good area for the Tottenham Hotspur side. And I actually think that after came back against Manchester United from a 2-goal lead also, they came back playing 2-2. The character, the composure, the mentality will actually come back. But the reverse is the case in the first 15 minutes. And Liverpool actually scored 3 goals. Goals from Curtis Jones, Luis Diaz, and also Mohamed Salah from the penalty spot. But almost the stroke of halftime, they actually equalized, all thanks to Harry Kane. And we can see how Perisic actually took out Virgil van Dijk there to lay down the pass for Harry Kane, and that was a glorious goal. And Tottenham Hotspur grew in confidence in the game, and after the halftime, they really surprised everyone, because not anything can actually come to Anfield Stadium and score 3 goals after Liverpool are actually leading by 3 goals at halftime or more. So, to be honest with you, the game at Anfield was actually a great one, and I still relish the experience. I still have the flashbacks of the game. After they equalized, when Richarlison actually scored the equalizing goal, all hopes were actually lost. But someone, somewhere, Diogo Jota actually came up and spring up the surprise to score that crucial goal. All thanks to Lucas Moura's poor pass that actually led Diogo Jota capitalizing on the defensive mistakes to bury the ball past Fraser Forster, and it ended 4-3 in favor of Liverpool.
So the match is quite an interesting one then.
Yeah, of course, it's a high-octane football match there at Anfield Stadium, because it's an end-to-end affair. Liverpool actually owned the first half, while the second half was majorly dominated by Tottenham Hotspur.
Okay, going to the next one. So, can I really put Alex Iwobi as the star of the game yesterday?
Success, to be honest with you, is actually a hard one. Yeah, without any element of bias. If I'm going to look at it from the Everton perspective, I think I'm going to say, arguably, Alex Iwobi was the best player yesterday. But overall, both sides, I think I'm going to go for either Candela Soyuncu or Jamie Vardy, or even James Maddison ahead of Alex Iwobi. Although James Maddison actually missed a penalty kick in the game. But going by the game, I think it's actually something of an end-to-end affair in the game between Leicester and Everton at the King Power Stadium. Everton actually came out with an intent, with a precision that they actually wanted to win the game, and not forgetting the fact that both sides, Leicester City are already 18th on the log, while Everton are 19th on the log. So this is a battle of the relegation, and these two sides actually proved that
AFCON in Algeria. So what do you think? Are we going to bring the cup home, or Nigeria is unpredictable? So just, can you throw more light on that?
Yes, people will actually say Nigeria, but the confidence has actually dropped. But this is the 8th grade system, the under-17 Golden Eaglets actually doing what they love doing as far as their competitions are concerned. The AFCON, the Golden Eaglets are two-time AFCON champions, and the game at the Algeria, the game versus Zambia rather in Algeria was actually a great one. The Golden Eaglets actually winning 1-0, all thanks to Favor Daniel, with that strike in the 18-yard box after the striker there, that's Precious Williams, was actually fouled. And the game generally was not really impressive. Though both sides, maybe they are still young. The experience has not really gotten there, but you just have to cut them some slacks, because it's a game of both halves. The Zambian actually dominating the second half, to be honest, even though Nigeria actually scored in the second half. Nigeria actually created more chances in the first half than in the second half, yes, and also they actually missed a penalty kick. Yes, they actually missed a penalty kick. That's Light AK actually missed the penalty kick, and that's not really good for the confidence of this. As suppose they have not scored the goal they scored in around that 76 minutes, what would we have been saying if that the sport kick is the only chance to actually get the 3 points? What would we have been saying? But it is what it is in the game of football, and that's just how it is. And to be honest with you, the defensive duo of Jeremiah Olaleke and this other guy, Tochukwu Ogboji, these guys, to be honest with you, they are very, very solid in the central defense. And to be honest with you, if neither of those guys are injured, I think it will be difficult. It will be difficult for teams to penetrate into the defensive line of these Golden Eaglets.
Okay, so we should have hope in Nigeria now. That's what you're implying.
Yes, I'm not really saying that we should be we should be hopeful, but I'm not really saying that we should give 100% on. We should put our 100% hope on these guys. Anything can happen. It's just the first game, and the second game is actually coming up tomorrow against Morocco. So, and Morocco are actually topping the group recently. Is it against Morocco? I think yes, it's against Morocco. Yeah, I think they are playing against Morocco before they play against South Africa in the last. So if they win against Morocco, I think they would have the shout to go all the way to win these tournaments, because Morocco are one of the favorites to win these tournaments.
Okay, so moving on, what do you think about Chelsea and Arsenal today's match? Will it be hot? Hey, because me, I cannot wait to. Will the match be hot, or considering the results of Chelsea from the last few weeks? So can you just predict the match? What will happen? What will go on?
Well, it's not only about last few weeks. Chelsea generally this season have been so poor. If you ask anybody outside, that are seeing football matches, they will tell you that Chelsea's season has been shambolic right from the beginning down to the end. The owner, that's Todd Bowley, making some decisions, sacking from the hierarchy position, the chairman, the CEO, that's Chris Borg, down to the director of football there, Marina Granovskaya, and also the technical director, Peter Cech also. And what is the most shocking is how on earth will he sack Thomas Tuchel? Thomas Tuchel was not really bad, and that just sums up the Chelsea season as a whole. Spent over £600 million on players transfers, and they are still languishing in the 11th position, 10 points behind the next team in the 10th position. That's not really a good way to go. And Frank Lampard being appointed as an interim manager till the end of the season has not really helped at all. They've played 5 games and they've scored just a single goal and conceded 9. That's not really a good way to go, to be honest with you, success. And against Arsenal, yes, the question is actually, can they upset the odds? Yes, that's just how that's Chelsea season. Normally, in a normal season, can Chelsea upset the odds against Arsenal? So that's just how to say that. That's just how to see it at the moment. Arsenal are actually brimming in confidence, although in the last 4 games they have actually dropped some crucial points. Losing against Manchester City in the last game 4-1, and also dropping 6 points in in 3 games consecutively against Southampton, Liverpool, and West Ham is not a good way. Most especially when you are up 2 goals against West Ham and against Liverpool, that's not really a good way. And now Manchester City are top of the pile. What is Arsenal's response is going to be? Are they going to defeat this Chelsea side, or this Chelsea will pile more misery on this Arsenal side and further dent their hope of winning the Premier League title? That's just the question. But to be honest with you, if it is left with me, I think going by their form, I think Arsenal has an edge over Chelsea. But this is a derby game. This is a London fixture. This is a London derby. Anything can happen. You know, it's actually said that in a derby game, what's it called? Forms are usually thrown out of the window. You know, it's now me and you. Anything that we can pull up, and we can pull it up anyhow. So I just have the feeling that the derby spirit might actually come into Chelsea, and surprisingly, they might surprise everybody by winning against Arsenal. But going by the form, to be honest with you, I don't see this Chelsea side defeating Arsenal at all. So that's just how it is from my own end.
Okay, so if I tell you to predict the match now, give me a score, what would that be?
I think number 1, Chelsea will find this game very difficult. And if they win the game against Arsenal, I think it will be a turning point to their season. Maybe finish, maybe in the top 10 or in the top 9, because it will give them more confidence that if we can defeat Arsenal that are challenging for the title, so we can actually defeat any other person apart from Manchester City, of course, in their remaining fixtures rather. So I just feel like something is going to happen, but Arsenal is still winning this one for me. I think the game is going to end maybe 3-2 win for Arsenal. Yes, I think Chelsea will try as much as possible to be all out and try to get something from this game. And if they score 2 goals after they've even scored 1 in 5 games under Frank Lampard, I think it's somewhat something that will boost their confidence come the end of the season. But to be honest with you, I don't really see Chelsea winning this Arsenal side.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Habib.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
We've actually come to the end of this edition. See you next week. Same time, same place. Bye. Thank you for that. So, permit me to ask, was Alex Iwobi the star in Everton match, or just throw more light on that?
Yeah, to be fair, if I'm going to look at from the Everton perspective, I would say Alex Iwobi was arguably the best player yesterday when they visited Leicester City at the King Power Stadium. But if I'm talking about both, I don't think I'm actually going to give him the nod as regards to the man of the match. Maybe I would just pick out Kandla Soyuncu or even Jamie Vardy, because those guys were actually breathtaking